I have just returned from a Boxing Day walk, on foot, no cheating on the bus, just a comfortable striding along in the sunshine. Yesterday's lack of proper exercise has been made up for. Christmas has come and gone. People have wrapped and unwrapped, nibbled, eaten, sipped and drunk. They have enjoyed the first chocolate and regretted the 10th. They have watched a variety of screens throughout the day, taking in greetings on the phone screen and sitting through movies on the television. They have played board games, pieced construction sets together, helped new young cyclists take their first wobbles down the path, or spent time pondering the instruction manual for some long-awaited piece of technological kit. Although some will have continued working, medical staff, transport workers and security services, I suspect mostly the day was one of lounging around and making the most of the Christmas suspension of time, duties, and normal menus and meal times. The big countdown rolled on in its own good time, not speeding up for the children or slowing down for the adults to continue preparations. It was simply unstoppable, certain to arrive, and equally certain to depart 24 hours later. My early Christmases were made of all these things, and by the end of the day, far from wishing it would go on, we children would be full of food and sweets, and tired from a longer than usual day, following on from the later than usual bedtime, with the excitement seeming to slow down time itself, so that every minute was stretched out. However, unlike the adults, who would often remark how quickly Christmas has come and gone, I did not consider that it had gone at all. It was still here as long as all the decorations and food were here, and the Christmas toys had not lost their novelty. Although I very much enjoyed our family Christmases, to me Boxing Day was just as wonderful. It brought not surprises, but the prospect of having all day to play, a day of total freedom. I now had lots of new toys, but had not been able to do much with them on Christmas Day, because we were out all day visiting aunts and uncles, ending up at my nan's for Christmas dinner, and not back home until bedtime. Boxing Day belonged to the toys and me, with no interruptions for most of the day. I never knew what I was going to receive. Everything was a surprise. The favourites were imaginative toys, such as miniature garden set, sewing kit, and Lego building bricks. I could make sceneries for the new train set that might be competing for floor space on the carpet. One year brought special teddy bears, another brought dolls to dress. The top favourite was always the paints, whether squares of colour in a flat tin, or, when older, little pots of individual poster paints, thick, creamy and bright, along with chunky colouring books that would last for ages. The only time I knew in advance was when I was promised a bicycle, with the mounting anticipation and excitement far outweighing the lack of the surprise element. Boxing Day was peaceful, but also full of activity, helped by a constant supply of wrapped chocolates, which Nan had given us from her giant tin, and more pieces of iced Christmas cake to nibble on. Boxing Day evening found us back at Nan's house for a huge party. All my aunts and uncles on that side of the family were there, crammed into a small apartment, with a long table under the window loaded with plates of food. It was all noise, jokes, chatter, and clinking of glasses. The formal Christmas Day celebrations had taken place in their separate houses, but this party was everyone together. It ended after midnight, but before then I would have had to give in to drooping eyelids and go and lie down on Nan's bed. I think I mostly slept through the journeys home. In later years, we walked home with more chocolates in our pockets, and then the fun was watching our shadows shorten and lengthen as we passed each lamppost. Even better when you had two shadows from separate lampposts, and a third if a car headlight went past. In fact, Christmas was never over until the end of New Year's Day, the last event to be ticked off the list. The fun was not over until the school term started a week later. Maybe the official last day ought to be when the Christmas tree is dismantled and all the reminders of Christmas vanish in a haze of dust and fallen glitter, fragments of tinsel, bits of paper, trimmings, gift labels, and crumbs under the table. No matter, I had the toys in my possession, and, like a successful shopping trip, I could relax after all the excitement, and spend time revelling in my new acquisitions. And with care, most of them would last until December came round again.